Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've given out some writerly tough love, so let's fix that. I'm delivering some brutal truths that aspiring authors are gonna need to accept if they want to finish a book, let alone make it in the industry. Personally, I don't think any of these truths are brutal, but my tolerance for honesty is a lot higher than the average person. Is it because of the autism? Is it because I'm a bitch? Who's to say? Maybe consider this list not only some much needed tough love, but also a way to thicken your skin. Because big babies don't make it in this industry, and I'm just trying to help you toughen up. You're welcome. Number 1, you're wasting time. Waiting for a certain number of followers, making sure your world building's complete, getting enough experience, or worst of all, waiting to be ready. I've heard every excuse for why someone isn't writing, editing, or publishing their novel, and most of the time this excuse is just poorly concealed procrastination. It usually revolves around insecurity. We feel like we're not good enough to write a book, or editing is really scary, or publishing is super intimidating. But here's the deal. The stars are not going to magically align for you. You will never be the perfect writer with the perfect platform and the perfect creative conditions. It's just not gonna happen. I have written novels in hospital waiting rooms. If you wanna get a book published, you have to work with what you got. Now, a lot of people struggle with bean soup theory, so let me clarify. If you're extremely ill or navigating a treacherous divorce or working 5 jobs, I'm not talking to you. You've got enough to deal with. I'm talking about the aspiring author whose finished first draft has been sitting in a binder for over a year and they still haven't attempted to edit it. And I'm especially talking to the person who really wants to write a book but feels like they might not be good enough to make it happen. You will never become a good writer if you don't write. Writing is the key to getting good at writing. Additionally, there's a saying, and unfortunately, I can't remember who said it, but it goes something like, if you want to create something great, you first have to be okay with creating something mediocre. Go create something mediocre. It's fine. We all do it. Besides, people love mediocre shit. I mean, look at Harry Potter. Number 2, coming up with ideas is the easy part. When an aspiring author tells me, I really want to write a book, but I don't have any ideas, I don't believe you. Coming up with ideas is literally making shit up. That's it. When you played make-believe as a kid, that was coming up with ideas. You invented them out of nothing. Now, some people do lose their imagination and creativity over time. Unfortunately, the US school system is designed to create obedient workers, not free thinkers. And we all know both literacy and independent thought are severely lacking these days. A lot of people struggle to think on their own, and they feel like they need someone else to tell them what to do. And that's where we find people copying entire franchises and repurposing them as their own. Or a lot of people using the word inspiration to mean regurgitation. Inspiration means feeling mentally stimulated enough to be creative. It does not mean replicating something that already exists. All that to say, if you're the type to ask people, what should I write about? What should my main character be like? Who should my villain be? And certainly if you're the type to watch something on TV and just think, I'm gonna change a few character names and write that, it's time to pump the brakes. If you have to outsource the easiest part of the writing process, how are you gonna handle the hard stuff? This doesn't mean you can never be a writer, it just means you need to focus on honing your creativity. It takes practice. You need to stimulate a part of your brain that you haven't used in a while. Allow yourself the freedom of making shit up and challenging that noodle, then write the book. On a related note, number 3, your concept has definitely been done before. And that's fine, okay? Relax. There's a big difference between writing something that has similarities to other pieces of media and intentionally, purposefully recreating something that exists. The latter is no bueno, but the former is the norm. Storytelling exists for a reason. Its primary objectives are to entertain, educate, and share a message. And while your message may be personal to you, the odds are it's a message that other people have shared before. And you're not the only person to find whatever topic you're writing about educational or entertaining. All of this is to be expected. It's also important to remember that storytelling has specific rules that writers are expected to follow. And if everyone's following the same rules, we're gonna see some overlap. Additionally, genres and subgenres have their own rules. So when we compare books within the same genre, of course we're going to see similarities. Romance novels are required to have a happily ever after or a happy for now. Fantasy novels are required to feature magic, fantastical creatures, or fantastical worlds. You can try your best to be as unique as possible, but somewhere out there, there's gonna be another book about a hero fighting a villain or an alien race threatening to destroy a planet. This doesn't mean your story can't still feel distinct. What makes a story feel special is the writer's voice, the characters, their arcs, the subplots, the tropes used and subverted, the plot twists and the character relationship. These are the things that people read books for. This is what will make your story feel different. So you can give up on coming up with a wholly original premise because that's not gonna happen, and that's not what readers are reading books for anyway. Number 4. Your book probably needs a plan. This is the part that's probably gonna piss the most people off. It's fine if you're a pantser. Pursue whatever writing process wields success for you. I know many self-proclaimed pantsers or discovery writers, which in my opinion is a way better term, and all of them, literally every single one, still has some kind of plan. Yeah, I'm a pantser, but like, I still know how the book's gonna end. Yeah, that's a plan, right there. You planned that. I'm a discovery writer, but I have 5 plot points written down just as kind of a guide for the main plot events. That's literally a skeleton outline. I thought you hated outlines. I'm a pantser, but I jot down some quick notes on a chapter-by-chapter basis. But I don't know anything that happens beyond whatever chapter I'm working on. You might think this is crazy, but believe it or not, that's called a flashlight outline. You know, because you can only see a little bit ahead. Like with a flashlight. Get it? This is not my way to try and convert you to using outlines. I literally don't care how you write your book. But these planner versus pantser labels are stupid. All writing, no matter which way you lean, requires some planning and some discovery. I am a big advocate for planning, and I absolutely discovery write along the way. And plenty of hardcore discovery writers still do a little bit of planning. My point is, if you're taking this pantsing thing too literally, and you don't have a single idea of where your writing is headed, you're probably not going to finish the book. And maybe we can all stop clutching our pearls over writer labels and start arguing about things that actually matter. And lastly, number 5, no matter what you do, readers are going to hate your book. Not all readers. At least I hope not. But a non-zero percentage of readers are going to hate your book no matter how good it is or how well you write, because reading is subjective. Yet I cannot tell you how many times writers have told me, I wanted to make the main character gay, but I thought most readers wouldn't like that. Or I only added a romantic subplot because I figured most readers only read books with romance. Bending over backwards to write something you don't enjoy isn't gonna give you glowing reviews. Find the most popular book in the world, and there will be thousands, if not millions, of people who hate it. You think making the main character straight is gonna save you from criticism? A reader gave one of my books a 1-star review because they hated the title of the prologue. This is not my way of telling you to ignore thoughtful feedback, and it's definitely not my way of saying don't enlist beta readers, critique partners, or editors. But I am telling you to abandon the goal of appealing to everyone or most people, because that's not gonna happen. And there is no arbitrary most people who like the same thing. Taylor Swift is one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and still about half of US adults either don't listen to or genuinely despise her music. I'm one of those people. I don't like her music at all. Do you think she gives a shit? No, she's making her billions and flying that private jet from her bedroom to her driveway. She doesn't even know I exist. My point is, as a writer, it's not your job to write something that's acceptable to the masses. It's your job to find your niche and appeal to those people specifically. Accept the reality of negative reviews and write the book you want to write as well as you're capable of writing it. So that's all I got for you today. I don't make these videos to be a bitch. Being a is just my normal default anyway. I make them to dish out tough love that is very needed in order to stay successful and sane in this industry. If you'd like more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. The first 3 books in the Savior series are available right now, so if you like yourself some romantasy action, definitely check them out. They're also available in Kindle Unlimited. I have them linked below. You can also check out my writing craft books, How to Write Romantasy, as well as Shut Up and Write the Book. They are available at all major retailers. I also have them linked below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays and I host live streams on Mondays. And if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that bell. Bye! The 3rd installment to the Savior series is finally here. Want to see what Tobias and Layla are up to after the Sovereigns tournament? Check out The Savior's Army by me. And if you want any updates about my other books, or if you just want some writing advice, be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. See you soon!